Hello guys, welcome to Solving Solutions on one channel where I get solutions to all your solving problems. It's nice having you in class again today. How have you been? On today's tutorial, we are going to show you how to clip a raster data with a vector data. Right, good. So we have this satellite imagery, this scene of satellite imagery, and then we have this as our area of interest as a shapefile or maybe a feature class or any other vector data. And then we now want to clip this raster to the extent of this word vector data. So we come to geoprocessing and then we search for clip. Now we have two options here: extract input features that overlay the clipping features, or we use the clip raster, which cuts out a portion of a raster dataset, mosaic dataset, or image service layer. So since we are working with a raster data, let's go with what the clip raster. The input raster will be one of the bands of the satellite images that we have. So let's go with band 2. You can go with any band if you of your choice. Then the output extent, that's the extent with which we want to clip. If we use drop down, it's making us to understand that it can use a raster data as well. However, let's go with the vector data, which is what the local government boundary. Now the extent has been defined. When you click on the output extent, the coordinate has been defined, and then by default there is an output raster data where the clip will be stored. Right, good. Okay, let's stretch it a bit. So there's an option here to click use input feature for clipping geometry. So if you use the information by the side, it will give you the interpretation or what it actually means, that if you keep it checked, the geometry of the specified feature class will be used to clip the data, that's the raster data, and then the pixel depth of the output may be increased. Now when it is unchecked, the minimum boundary rectangle will be used to clip the data. This is the default. So if you don't want it to be that, you click on what, you try to check it, because we want the extent to be defined by that of the boundary of the vector data that we have imputed. So having fixed that, you can also come to environment and then perhaps define your processing extent in the environment. However, this is sufficient enough for the purpose of what, clipping this raster. So we click on run. Good. So we have a success report. We can just close that, and then if we take out this particular band, we can now zoom the clipped to layer, and then you now see that the imagery we had that covered a larger extent is now covering only the extent of the boundary that we have specified. So this is how you clip a raster to layer in ArcGIS Pro. So we'll see you with another interesting tutorial. Until then, keep staying safe and have a fantastic time. Bye.